All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredible Body by Jasson actor and actor, writer. He pretty much is doing everything, you guys. He's super talented. So welcome to the show, Mr. Jasson Finney. Hello.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. It's great to be with you guys.
I don't have to really introduce Ron since you already know him, but we do have the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Jasson Finney, welcome to the show. Kind of looks like my brother.
Yeah, I told him that you guys are kind of like similar with the big muscles and the bald head.
That's right. Twice my size, of course. But welcome to the show, sir. Good to have you.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
And then we have a chat room full of people, so say hello to everybody in the chat room.
Well, hi, everybody. How you doing? Enjoy the
go.
show. Please ask questions as much as you want.
There you go.
Now, I'll tell you something about what impresses me most about Jasson. In person, he's got a face with such cuts that they're unbelievable cuts. They almost look like clay cuts, you know, a statue. On film, those cuts don't show. Now, in person, I said to Jasson, you could play horror movies and scare the shit out of everybody because your face is so predominant. It's so cut. And now that I see him on screen, he could play a lover because his face is not that scary and it's softer, and he's really very handsome in person as well as on screen. So now, Jasson, I take back what I said about that you a horror movie. You could
No, he said you couldn't play the leading man guy, is what you said.
No, but now that I see, you know what happens? I have sharp features also, and it photographs differently than in person.
It does.
And your sharp features are gone. Now you have a very interesting face. Anyway, what's going on?
Interesting, you got to say, like, that doesn't sound good, interesting.
Jimmy, if I say gorgeous, handsome, I'm in love with you, you're going to yell at me.
No,
right?
I'm not, because you're not going anywhere near him ever again.
But that's what you think. That's what you think. He's my new friend.
He's like talking last night. Last night we're like watching Transporter 3, and he's like, he used to like Mark Ruffalo a lot.
No.
And now he's like, the people that I think are the most handsome in Hollywood are Jason Statham. He doesn't know his name, but the guy from the Transporter and Jasson Finney. He's like, those are the two heartthrobs in Hollywood now.
Because I
He just loves the bald heads, that's all.
No, not really. I'm just sick and tired of the pretty boys with blue eyes and beards.
And blonde hair.
They all look alike. I mean, I can't tell one from another. I'm serious about that.
I know.
You have such an interesting look, and you're 6'4", and you've got the body of death. I mean, they could do a lot with you in film, especially porn.
Oh.
Oh, well. Yeah. I moved away from Chatsworth a while ago.
Chatsworth, right, the home of porn. But seriously, I don't know what you're like as an actor. I'm going to see that when I watch some of your work. And I'm sure you're going to be a good actor as well as handsome and sexy and viral and everybody's... the girls, hey, girls out in our chat room, what do you think of him? Would you let him screw you?
They all don't say that.
Why? That's true.
They're talking about how big he is.
Well, there too. I saw.
I knew I was ready for you, big guy. Don't worry, I'm ready for this one.
The first thing
Jimmy warned me.
The first thing I noticed about Jasson was he had a 12-inch zipper.
Jesus.
So girls, think of how many girls in there, and you gay guys can do it too. We won't hold it against you.
That was on my parka.
That was. So first of all,
first of all, that's a very old joke that nobody got. Years ago, we would say, you know, did he have a 6-inch zipper or a 12-inch zipper? And that was our way, like, or shoes. You know, what size shoe is he? 12 or 10 or 9? So now that's old zipper. Anyway.
Hold on, everybody. So if you want to find out.
Are the girls yearning for him?
Well, there's nobody typed anything yet since then.
Girls, what do you
think? You're chasing and you're scared. They're all embarrassed at the way you're talking.
Meanwhile, they're busy with their vibrators, babe. That's why they're not typing.
So hold on, you guys. First of all, you guys, if you want to follow Jasson on Twitter, first of all, Jasson has 2 S's. It's so easy to find him because nobody else spells it with 2 S's. It's JASSONFINNEY. So he's at Jasson Finney on Twitter, and he's also at Body by Jasson. And his website, which is super user friendly, is jassonfinney.com. And check it out because he's got all kinds of cool clips from Gotham, I don't know, all the different stuff, cool stuff, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Gotham, he's got great video clips that you can see, and he's also got an acting reel, which I was going to play for everybody, but it's 5 minutes long, and so I didn't think we'd have enough time, so I just said
I have met many great stars of Hollywood of the old years, the new years, and I could tell they're acting by their personalities, and I think, Jasson, you and I discussed this at our table at the fair, at the Macabre Fair. Jasson has a personality that engages you. I'm not the warmest person when you meet me, because I've learned over the years to have a little bit of a wall there, because people are full of shit. They think they're your friend. You know, they con you. Too much conning to get something from me that they need to get ahead in the business. So I don't trust that much. But when I met Jason after 5 or 10 minutes, I trusted him, and I found a warmth in him and a genuine friend or person that I felt close to him and a friend. This is going to show up in his work.
Absolutely.
Believe me, when he has to be, because he's like a big boulder, you know, a big stone. When he has to be sensitive in a scene, that soft kindness is going to come through the big pile of man, and you're going to see a human being. And that's why I know he's a damn good actor.
And also, you guys, he does it all. Okay, even though he looks like he can be very intimidating,
Scare the shit out of
and
you.
he plays an intimidating person in like many things that he has done. He also does comedy. Oh, Chad's playing right now for everybody, like the scene from Gotham where he like gets his eyes are poked out, which is really creepy.
Oh, that's
and then
really
she shoots
nice.
him in
They're
the
poking
head.
his eyes out. You're
Poked his
showing
eyes
that?
out and then shooting him in the head.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. Now
I
look how
always
attractive
die
you
when I
are.
say,
You're really attractive with a hole in your head and no eyes.
no,
Very
seriously.
attractive.
So let's tell. So some of the TV shows that you've had roles on, because like some of these are so huge. Daredevil, Gotham, the comedy section was from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Being Human, which I think we've had some other people from that show actually on the show. He was in Blue Mountain State. We had Paige Kennedy on the show, who was one of the stars of Blue Mountain State. Allegiance, Real Detective, Limitless, which is a great show. I don't know how well that show did, but it's a phenomenal show. Person of Interest. So you've been on a lot of TV shows. Like, do you have a TV show that was more like your favorite one out of all of them, or favorite one or two?
Yeah, one I loved doing was the Tales of the Never-Ending Story. It was actually a take on the movie.
Uh-huh.
It was so cool. We shot that, I think it was in 2005 or 4, something like that. And I played one of the villains that lived in the forest, and I was like a hero. Our goal was trying to get this magic sword. We finally got it, and it didn't do anything. We thought, it was horrible and stuff like that. And the cool thing about shooting that was I got to work with kids for like the whole week and bounce out of trees and stuff like that, and it was just a blast.
So it was fun.
I mean, getting paid to act like a kid. I mean, what's more better than that?
That's what I say every week.
Listen to him. So then you
I'm
did
in my second childhood.
you did a bunch of movies, and one of them I haven't seen. And if you tell me it's pretty good, I want to actually go see it because it's like a gangster movie. It's called Nicky Deuce. I guess it's a gangster movie comedy, though, right?
And Nicky Deuce is awesome.
Is it
Nicky
awesome?
Deuce, yeah, it was with all of the guys
From
from
The Sopranos.
Sopranos, exactly. So Steven Schreiber wrote it, and then he brought all the boys on board. He brought on James before he passed. Actually, it was the second to last movie that he ever did. Then Michael Imperioli was on it. Tony Sirico was on it. We had a blast.
And
working
Rita
on it.
Moreno. He likes Rita Moreno.
I love her.
Oh yeah, of course. I can see that.
No, Rita's crazy. She's a lot of fun,
So it's a good movie because like I'm
No,
gonna go find
Rita
it then
Moreno-
if it's a
Rita
good movie.
Moreno is typical of the Puerto Rican people. Puerto Rican people have a personality of they jump, they dance, they go, they're all like, and
Oh yeah,
Macabre, Elsie Macabre is that way. Don't you love Elsie Macabre?
I love
Elsie
Elsie.
Ginsberg.
And
Awesome.
Elsie Ginsberg is her married name. Elsie Macabre is her show name. And Elsie's that way. Elsie's very, and Rita Moreno is the same way.
So it's a good movie. Does it stream anywhere? Do you know? Does that stream anywhere? Because I want to watch that.
It aired on Nickelodeon a while ago, so you'd probably be able to
Just
get
gotta
it.
Google it.
Or something
Okay.
like that.
I'll
Yeah.
have to Google that. And then I also noticed kind of at the more towards the beginning of your career, you had a little role in Gothica. That's a
Yeah,
good,
that was fun.
Did you
Yeah.
get to meet Halle Berry?
Yeah, actually, my scenes were with Halle and with Penelope, and right at the opening of the movie, you have them sitting in a jail cell, and that's when Penelope kind of freaks out and creates a scene, and then the guards come running in, and I'm the one that grabs Penelope and takes her down the hall through all the credits of that opening sequence.
That is a good movie, Gothica. It's
Yeah.
a real like twist and turn. Have
Yeah,
you seen
I haven't
Gothica with Halle Berry? It's where she's like a psychiatrist or something, and she
Yes,
gets
yes,
for
yes.
killing her husband, I think,
Yes,
and she
yes,
goes into
yes,
prison. It's a
yes,
good
yes,
movie.
yes, yes.
I didn't know it was you because I didn't know who you were back then, but now I'm gonna
Well,
go
you may
back.
not recognize me because I had hair back then. So, you know.
That's okay.
Halle Berry won the Miss Teen Long Island contest the year before my daughter did. My
Oh,
daughter
really?
took the title away from Halle the following year. And everybody at the pageant said the moment they saw her, they knew she was the winner, that she was the most beautiful, charming girl and well mannered and sophisticated. And that's why she won the Miss America Teenage, whatever it was. And my daughter won it the following year for the same reasons. And I
Yeah.
said to Leslie, I said, you came into the same thing that Halle came into. And look what they said about Halle. They said the
Right.
same thing about you. And my daughter now still not married. So all that wonderful beauty and grace and
Oh,
sophistication
there's Nikki Deuce.
goes nowhere.
Look.
She's just saving herself for the right man. That's all.
Yeah, but she better move her ass because she's going to be 100 soon.
You gotta love it. So do you like the superhero stuff? Because you're in a lot of superhero stuff. Would that be something that you would have watched if you weren't in those shows? Would you still watch like some of that superhero stuff?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I usually get to play the villain, and who has more fun than the villain?
You should be Lex Luthor, like in the new Superman movies. Like you'd be a good Lex Luthor.
He'd be a good anything. And too
I
bad.
should hire you as my agent.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I'm very happy that you're with Amy, but if anything should ever happen when you're not with Amy, give me a call. I could fix you up with Leslie.
That's terrible.
She's a green-eyed blonde Michelle Pfeiffer lookalike. And Grace
Well.
Kelly, if you like that type.
No, don't ever get
And
rid of
wait a
Amy,
minute.
and we'll
No,
find.
no,
just
you-
find one of your
you
friends.
never
He has a
know.
brother. He has
Wait a minute.
brother.
Amy might want a guy with hair.
No, Amy, you have a brother. Is he single?
No, he's married, divorced with kids, and now on his next relationship,
Oh,
ready
okay.
going into the
No,
next
we
divorce.
just need to find one of your cool, like, because Leslie's going to be living in New York, and since you live part-time in New York, you have to just find, like, one of your, like, good-looking friends for her, that's all, and that way they can hang out as couples. And it'll be fun.
My
So-
daughter was very big in Hollywood working with a platinum agency. She handled all of the affairs of Sharon Stone and all the stars. And she
I
liked,
worked with Sharon on A Different Loyalty. That was an awesome time too.
she liked Sharon. Sharon was very nice. You know,
I
Sharon,
thought she was the classiest of all the people I've worked with. She's my favorite.
I know, but she one time called Leslie and she said, because she cracked up her Rolls Royce and she wanted them to give her a new one, claiming that the back light wasn't beeping. And Leslie said, Sharon, I don't know what I could do for you. And she said, well, just tell them to get the fucking car out of here and give me a new fucking car. So she
That
thought,
sounds like-
she thought she'd shake my daughter up because my daughter's so sophisticated. And my daughter said, Sharon, listen up. If the fucking car isn't going to go because of the fucking whatever. So Sharon said, Leslie. And Leslie said, my dad was born in Brooklyn. We're Italian, and my father knew all the mafia. So if you don't think I know the words, babe, trust me, I know the words. And
That's
Sharon
awesome.
loved Leslie for that, and they became quite close. But Leslie left the business because she couldn't stand all the phony shit that she had
Yeah.
to put up with, all the bullshit. This was not real for
Actually, go back to Amy. So how did you meet Amy? Because Amy's not actually in the entertainment business. How did
No.
you guys meet?
I met her online.
Did
Could-
you
could
really?
What were you doing, dirty?
Like not Match.com,
Wait,
though.
No. It's a fitness-related website.
Okay.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you did dirty sex online. That would have made it more interesting.
Yeah, I know. That would have sold big time, huh?
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at that, though.
Look at that body on
What,
him.
hey, Chad, what is that from? Chad. Hey, Chad.
You know, I have to tell all of our viewers, I'm not getting a really good look at Jason because the lighting is wrong and something's wrong. He is far handsomer in person, and I'm sure
Wait, Chad. ask
properly lighted. or
Chad.
lit.
Yes, sir.
What is that video clip you're playing right now?
Random stuff. I wasn't instructed to play anything, so I just went out and grabbed it.
Oh, I love it.
I
He's
mean,
like,
you've got a body that's not to
they
be
were playing some
believed.
kind of thing where you're like without a shirt, like in a field with rocks behind you, and you look like
Like
Oh, yeah.
Samson.
Good film I did when I was living in LA. Yep.
I love
You
it.
should wear like see-through clothes. I mean
Fair
that. You'd be really famous. I mean, overnight, you'd be a superstar.
You gotta like love it.
Well-
All right. So
See, he looks better on your monitor than my monitor.
That's because that's the Skype thing. This is how everybody else sees him.
Oh, good. And they see him looking handsome. Because
There
on
you
my
go.
my monitor, he's all mushy kind of looking.
No, you look good on the what everybody else is seeing. You look terrific.
And also,
So you're
I don't
good.
have my glasses.
He doesn't have
Mine is
glasses.
kind of, there's too much light, but that's okay. I don't have my professional lighting here.
That's okay. You
All
look
right.
terrific. So you got another movie that came out last year, and the name of the movie is Imperium. And I was trying to find it. It's not on Netflix or Hulu, so I'm probably gonna have to like get it on iTunes or someplace. And
Yeah.
it stars
Awesome movie with Daniel Radcliffe. Really good. A lot of fun.
Daniel Radcliffe, Toni
How
Collette,
is he
and
to
Sam
work with?
Trammell.
How's Daniel to work with?
He's awesome. You know, it's funny because when I first met him, I mean, he just spoke with a regular American accent, and I forgot that he was actually British because he was so good at masking his British accent. So finally, I said, "You're from England, aren't you?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Jesus, I would have never known in a million years." Because first of all, you love the hockey. He's a huge Ranger fan. They go to most of the games, and he had absolutely no hint whatsoever of being non-American. It was unbelievable. And
A lot of them do it to keep it.
I've never ever worked with an actor that didn't have to look at any sides whatsoever. Nothing. Didn't look at anything the whole time we shot.
You're
And he
kidding.
made one mistake, and he beat himself up for like, I don't know, 10 minutes because he screwed up one line in one take. That's it. I've never seen anybody as good as him.
That is so cool.
You haven't seen me.
Well, you make up your own lines as you go along.
I told you that at dinner.
You can never make a mistake.
Did I tell you that at
You
dinner?
can't make a mistake when you're making up the lines.
There you go.
I think in my big speech when I was fighting with the girl to get her in the car to come with me because I was arresting her, I think out of that entire 2-minute scene speech, I used about 3 words that were in the script.
And that's why he never worked again.
No. The director and the guy that was doing the film loved it. He said, "It's so real." I said, "Of course it is, because you didn't write it."
Yeah, it's funny because I do a lot of that too. I did this one thing called 19.2. It aired on Bravo. I don't know what it's airing on right now in the States. This was up in Canada. And
You're from Canada, right?
Yeah, originally, yeah.
Where are you from?
Montreal.
Oh, good. Great city. I love it.
Yeah, good food. Terrible weather, but good
Awful,
food.
but you don't
awful. The
eat
summers,
anyway.
Summers are good. Beautiful city, Montreal.
Oh, yeah, in the summertime it's the best
How
place.
cold is it right now?
Freezing.
Right now, it's about -4 Celsius,
Oh my God.
which
That's
is actually quite mild, to be honest.
yeah, that's like way too cold.
Okay.
But you don't actually
Wait,
eat though.
we interrupted him.
I know. Go back to 19.2.
Yeah, 19.2 was a lot of fun because I got to ad-lib so much stuff. I was being arrested. I was thrown in the back of the cruiser, and the scene was my mom was coming out with a birthday cake. It was my birthday, and we were celebrating it. I played a biker, and we had the music blaring and everything else. So there was a disturbance call. They came and they arrested me, threw me in the back of the car, and she comes out with the cake and falls in front of the cruiser. And all of my guys are freaking out because people are trampling this and that. And I start freaking out in the back. And I made up this whole sequence about who my mom is. And, hey, Frankie, go get my mom. Hey, what's going on over here? And then one of the police officers that arrested me and threw me in was a black guy. So I went off on the whole fried chicken tangent. And it was awesome, man. I was sitting in the back and going, come on, fried chicken, baby, fried chicken. Want some more fried chicken?
That was dangerous. Well, I played a cop from New York who was tough and went to Pittsburgh to be tougher because the people in Pittsburgh were softer. And there's a scene where I'm about to arrest Miss Pennsylvania, by the way. You'd love her. This gorgeous, gorgeous brunette.
She got a body of death too.
I mean, magnificent young girl. And I grab her by the arm, and I had to say it my way because the script was, please get in the car. No, not if you're from New York. I say, get in the car. Get in the friggin' car now. What? Get in the car. Did you get in the car? Is what I said. Get in the friggin' car. And I went on and on with that. And then she turned around and she said something nasty to me because she's playing back. I said, what a friggin' bitch. I can't believe it. She won't get in the friggin' car. And it was the best piece.
That's the best part of the whole film.
It's the best part of the whole stupid shitty movie. The movie's terrible. But
do you have dogs? Like, I went on your IMDb, and since you have a lot of TV shows can't really be considered dogs. But do you have like any like indie films that you did that you're like, oh my god, like I was just getting started, and you know, like how all the famous people, like they all did a horror movie, like Texas,
yeah, but
like Renee Zellweger did Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 or whatever, and it was
wait,
like
I wasn't getting started. I was getting ended.
I know, well, you were getting ended, but I'm talking to him. But I'm not talking about
End
you.
of my career.
I'm talking to him though. Like, do you have a film that was just like, oh my god, like that was like the worst film ever?
Oh my God, of course, everybody has those.
Everybody's got dogettes, believe me.
Oh, you kidding? Absolutely. And it's like you get it and you watch it once, and it's like I never want to see that again, and hopefully it never pops up.
That's
but,
what we did
like,
with.
Oh, he tortures
That's
me.
what we did with the movie he was in. I sold all my copies on eBay.
Yeah.
He had a heart attack.
You know what bothered me, Jason? I have these group of friends that I used to have in Philadelphia, And they never saw my show. They never watched this show. They never saw any of the movies I was in. I don't know
When
what
he was good.
well, yeah, when I worked for real television, the real thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I never understood why we have friends of ours that don't like us professionally. They only like us as friends. They're jealous or whatever it is. And I saw them not long ago, and the son, the little son of a bitch, said, "Oh, we rented." I won't use the name of the film.
Croker.
No, don't use it.
Joker?
And what a piece of shit it was. And it
Yeah.
was terrible, and everybody was terrible. And they never mentioned you were good. I was good or anything. So I felt it's funny how people like to put you down and goof on you and make fun of you when you do something crappy. But when you do what's worthwhile, they sort of get like, huh?
Yeah.
Do you
yeah.
find that also in your life?
Well, I'm not too concerned with it because I've chosen a career where, 95% of your time is getting the answer no, no, no. So, you got to develop thick skin and you got to just roll with the punches. And because this is the business of rejection. I mean, there's no
Yeah, but
bigger
to be
business.
rejected by friends is a little more than a go see. If you're
Nah,
a
I
go
don't
see,
care. Look, if it's not going to be this, it'll be something else. It's not a big deal to me. I don't worry too much about what people say and what people think because I know what I am and I know what I do, and that's it.
oh,
The
I feel
rest.
the same way. I know that
Wait, do you
I'm a
have to
damn
like?
good actor.
Do you have to audition for when you play like these really like big guys where there's not a whole lot of people that look big and intimidating like you? Do you still have to audition?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, everybody. I have news for you.
Listen, I went to an audition last year, and one of the Sopranos. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Rico was going for a freaking audition. I was like, "What? You still audition? They don't even send you offer?"
I went for
No,
I
nothing.
went for an audition in New York a few years ago. A few years, maybe 10, 15 years ago. And you know who was there? Agent 9 from Get Smart, Barbara Feldon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Wow.
know who that is. He's too young.
You don't know who Barbara Feldon is. And
Oh, I know. Get Smart. Get Smart
Okay.
was awesome.
Okay,
Holy
the
fuck.
original TV show. And the best part was when I walked in, I started screaming, and she let out with a scream because I used to do her hair 25 years prior to that. And I said,
Wow.
"What the hell are you doing here? You're auditioning for this commercial?" She said, "Honey, I audition for every commercial." I said, "But you're Barbara Feldon." She said, "Greater than I." She said, "Audition."
That's
Wow.
But it
that's
was
just.
nice seeing her
I
again.
always find that to be kind of interesting though for people like do you have like is there a certain actor that you like go up against roles a lot that you know that you're going
I
up
lose
against?
roles against wrestlers these days.
Oh yeah, because
No,
they're the only people big enough.
you know who would go
Wrestlers and
faster?
former football players now that have become actors.
Yeah.
No, the actor I like, because he's on the same type. The one that we watched last night, the night before.
Jason Statham.
Is that his name? You and Jason Statham are going to fight
Except for, is Jason
same
Statham
role.
short though? I think in real life, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big dude.
Have you ever met him?
Never in person, no.
But you're going to have a rough time because he's going to get the roles that you're going to
No,
want.
he's too little.
Doesn't matter little. They look alike. They're on the same type. They have that same charisma, whatever. And except the other one says fuck a lot. In every movie, he does about 45
Actually,
fucks.
we have another guy we had on the show, and he has hair, but he's really big. I think he's pretty big. He's big in horror though. He mostly does horror movies. but his
Horror,
name's
not horror.
horror movies, whatever. How do you say horror?
Horror.
Horror. Okay.
Jimmy
His
says
name's
whore.
His name's Paul Logan. He has a movie that he did called The Horde that was like #1 on Amazon for #1 on iTunes for horror movies. It was in like an indie film where he's like the hero who saves from the like mongoloid people killing everybody. But he's a lot like you though. I don't know if he's as tall as you, but he's like really big and muscular like you are too.
We had a very famous horror movie actress on our show. I forgot who she was. And Jimmy was introducing
Amanda Weiss.
Amanda Weiss.
Weiss.
And he's introducing her, and she's the leading whore in movie. I said, Jimmy, stop it.
Horror.
It's hard because it's so close. It's like when you say someone plays piano. I mean,
Right.
he's
But
a good pianist.
We had her
He's
on
from
the show.
Florida.
We had her on the show, and before she started talking about the movies that he's in, he's like, I don't like horror movies. I saw the movie with the guy with the claws, which he was talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, where they kill the girl and in the bed, and she comes flying out, in the bed and everything, and she's like, yeah, that was me.
Oh, I love, I love that one scene because I never get frightened. I'm from Brooklyn. What frightens me? Nobody. I mean, I've had guns pointed at me, from friends, so it doesn't frighten me. And that scene
Your lunch
frightened me.
money.
And out of all the movies, and I've seen very few, I picked that one, and I said, when
And she
that
was the star of it.
arm came through the mattress to grab that girl, she said, that was me. I said, holy shit.
So who's like the way? Okay, so like because you've worked with a lot of cool people, and you have another film I wanted that looked kind of like interesting called Tallulah with Ellen Page and Allison Janney, which I don't know. Is that one? Is that one?
About Tallulah Bankhead?
No.
That's a really interesting movie. That one, I played a guy from the South, and I was in this bar, and we were playing pool, and then Ellen comes in, and she steals our whiskey bottle off our pool table and takes off with it, and I take off after her. So then she jumps into this van, and then I'm running after her after the van and yelling at her, and I got to go off on that too. That was a lot of fun. I got to make up all kinds of things, man. You want to talk about some interesting things that came out of my mouth? Oh, holy.
So we'll have to watch it
Well,
to see that.
Listen to me. What are you going to do? Chase her and go, oh, heck, gosh darn. Heck,
Yeah, exactly.
look at her. She ran away with our booze. Oh, me, oh, my, heck.
Yeah.
You know,
And I'm like this Tennessee hick, and all of a sudden I'm going to start talking like I came from Princeton,
Well, no, you can't. You got to
turn
say,
off bottle?
give me that. I would have said, hey, you cunt, give me that fucking bottle before I break your head with it. Brooklyn.
So who, if you could who's like on your bucket list, like of all the people in Hollywood, pick a male and a female. If you could have somebody that you'd be like, oh my God, I'd really love to be in a movie and work with this person. Who's your male and female that you think would be great to work with?
Robert De Niro.
There you go.
Robert De Niro. Funny you should say that. I didn't expect that.
Okay, and who's the girl?
Robert De Niro.
I love Robert De Niro.
That's very interesting because Robert De Niro has a sense of acting that no one else has.
I love him.
Okay, and who's the female?
I never met him. I would like to one day.
I like it because he's so
Go
diverse.
to Tribeca Grill. He owns the place.
Where?
The Tribeca Grill.
Tribeca Grill? Yeah, but he's not in there serving. What do you think? He's making pizza? Come on.
Have you met him?
No, I've not met him.
Okay,
No.
okay. So who's the female that you want to work
I've been
with?
to that grill, by the way.
Uh-oh, did we freeze?
We froze. Hang on there a minute, Jason.
He's there.
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon. I got that out of that, even though that was very muddled. Is that who you said, Susan Sarandon? I love Susan Sarandon.
Another interesting character I would not have thought you would want to work with.
You there? Yeah, I got you. I'm not frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Susan Sarandon is someone I would not want to work with because if we're in a two-shot, nobody's looking at me.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Yeah, nobody's going to look at me or hear me. They're all going to be eyes on her.
Those are two people that you've picked who've done a super wide variety, though. They do comedy, they do drama, they pretty much have done everything. It's very well rounded.
They're actors.
Yeah, they're very well rounded.
They're called actors.
I love that movie, The Intern, that Robert De Niro did with Anne Hathaway, and I've seen it like 30 times. He gets tired of me because he's like, turn it off because I love it. There's just something about that film that I like a lot.
The only thing that I would discuss with De Niro if I met him in private would be, why is it when you made that film where you went to the psychiatrist's office, you repeated this? I ain't no fag. What do you think? I'm a faggot? I'm no fag. Hey, I'm no fag. And I thought to myself, if we had said the N-word, there would have been lines outside of picketers. But yet it's okay to say I ain't no fag and ain't, to be illiterate. I was very offended by that. And I'm never offended by film because film is part of reality. But I thought it was overdone. Once would have been enough. To repeat it, I'm no fag, I'm no fag, I'm no fag, I'm no fag. We got the point, you're no fag. Now I'm starting to suspect you are a fag because thou protest too much.
Right,
those men that say, I ain't gay, I don't like fags, they're the ones that cruise Macy's bathroom.
Cruise Macy's. Is Amy sitting by you?
No, she's in the other room.
Can she hear you?
Go get Amy. Call her in.
Tell her to come in. We only have 3 minutes. Tell her to come in and say hi to us.
Yeah.
Amy!
Amy, come in nude.
No, don't come in nude.
Come in nude.
You gotta love it.
Show everybody that body. She's got a body
Are
like
you
a
there?
cat. She has a cat's body. She has no makeup.
She doesn't want to come.
She has no makeup, I bet.
That's okay.
She's mad at me because I was trying to fix up with my daughter.
Here she is.
There we go. Hey,
Amy!
beautiful.
Look at that. As we used to say in Brooklyn, look at that piece of ass. What a knockout she is. Look at that bod. Is she not gorgeous?
Hi, how are you?
Jason, I throw a net over her.
How are you? Is everything good?
I'm a little sick today.
What's the matter?
Oh,
honey?
that's no
What do
good.
you got wrong?
Just like laryngitis. I have the sexy voice.
Everybody that went to that macabre festival is sick. Ed,
I
my
know.
friend Ed, the actor, he's still dying. Everybody's got fever, vomiting, and sick.
Plus,
Did
you're
you
in
get sick?
-4 degrees.
Hmm?
No, I got almost sick, but I kind of like cut it right beforehand. And he,
Yeah.
I never get sick. I put on a happy face. I sing and dance with a broom like Fred Astaire, and I'm fine. In high heels, and I'm fine.
So listen, we have to do a plug for his business because we have two businesses.
Yes.
So first of all, you guys, if you want to try to look like these two, who are like so incredibly toned and built,
She's
and
beautiful,
you live
too.
in New York City, or you have a lot of money to fly him to you someplace, you can check out Body by Jason. Is there a website for Body by Jason?
BodyByJason.com.
There you go, bodybyjason.com, and you can look like these two. They are so phenomenal
Two S's
looking.
and Jason.
There you
Now,
go.
Jason, do you work on her body? I mean, do you work on her body in a physical sense?
Constantly.
I could believe the constantly. Look at she's got a
Constantly.
good bust too. Look at the bust on her. She's busty. Look at that. In her white sweater. Lana Turner in the white sweater.
So you guys listen up. Go to bodybyjason.com. Follow at Jasson Finney, at bodybyjason, both on Twitter. If you want to follow Amy, what's you're on Instagram because I follow you. What is your Instagram? I forgot.
Amy J NYC.
Amy J NYC. You want to definitely go support Jason and all his works. Go on IMDb, see everything he's been in, and watch it. For sure, you want to see Imperium. They say it's a really, really good movie about white supremacy. So, like, I think it's going to be interesting.
Wait till Small Crimes comes out with Nikolai Coster-Waldau. That's coming out this summer. That's going to be awesome.
There you go.
Well, we'll replug it because
That's okay. When that one
people
comes out, we'll just
forget
have
it.
you come back on
Yeah.
again, and we'll promote it
And
before
listen,
it comes out.
this is a no bullshit invitation because I don't do that crap. When we move to Palm Springs, we're moving to a very, very gorgeous house. And we would love very much for you to come to our home for dinner, and I will cook you Italian food. And I'll have some of our other celebrity friends over so we can have a big party. How's that?
That
Is
sounds
it a
like
deal?
fun. Absolutely.
I don't do that often. I do it with a lot of our guests, but we'll give you all that info when we get the address. I have the address, but we don't own it yet.
All right, so we got to go, everybody. So, Jason, Amy,
Jason, you're
we want to thank you
sensational.
guys so much. It was such a pleasure meeting you. So happy to know you, and we will definitely be in touch. And anytime you have anything to promote, let us know. Chad, thank you so much. And,
And
everybody.
Amy, please invite us to the wedding.
Oh, we will. We will.
Even if I'm 98 or 99, I'll come.
All right, you guys, thank you so much. Superstar Jason
Bye,
Finney,
guys.
everybody. Thanks.
Love you both.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What sweet people.
Great people. All right, everybody.
What
Thanks so
sweet
much.
people.
Chad, thank you so much. Chat room, thanks, everybody. We had a
Thank
great
you.
time.
We
Tune
had a
in
good
next week,
time.
you guys. It'll be a blast. Thank you, everybody. See you. Have a great weekend.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.